What up, people? Welcome to the Joe McFo Show. We are going to get started with some music first of all, and I want to welcome you all to the live stream. We're going to be doing some shadow boxers, penciling. Hopefully, we'll get quite a bit done. So let me get ready to share my screen. 1 second. Since a couple streams ago, I always try and load everything after the video actually starts because sometimes things, go awry. Let's see. Kathy is on. What's up, Kathy? Manette is on. Hello. And for anyone who is watching who may be a mother in the future or even currently, happy Mother's Day. We appreciate you, moms. But now we got to get back to shower boxes. So I called my mom. She was not feeling well. And so mom, if you're watching this, I hope you feel better. Okay, so here we are. We have all this done for the webcomic. And I was debating which page I wanted to work on today. I try to work on stuff that isn't super spoiler heavy because I think I want there to be some surprises for you guys. Now, I also remove the text, so there's a lot of things that that you guys will probably not fully understand. I think for the purposes of this stream, though, I want to work on this one in particular, where I think this is page 9. It's page 6 of my drawings, but page 9 of the comic and the document. So we're going to open that up. So right here, what we see is Javen admiring Salam's tattoos, and we have this drawing right here. He's got the sparkles and everything like that, which is super fun. And so I want to edit this, and then we are going to see how far we get in the page. A lot of this is medium to close-up shots, and then we have one shot that's more of I guess you could call it an establishing shot in a sense, but it's at the end of the scene. So I guess, just a wide shot, really. And so we're going to see how far we get with the penciling, and hopefully we get a decent amount done. So let's see. As I'm working on this, so this is, like I said, Zalam showing Javen his tattoos, and I think there's a couple things up with his anatomy. I think he's a little too buff, so I'm going to actually bring his body in just a little bit more. Just use the transform tool a little bit. Okay, let's make sure we get that up. All right. And how was everyone's day? Let me know in the chat if you've been having a wonderful day so far. I had a good time. I went to the Getty Museum with Clara from Art Prof. She's actually in the other room right now, so who knows? Maybe she'll stop in when she's like not editing or something. But yeah, we had a nice, fulfilling day. Checking out artwork, recording videos for you guys, which I'm sure if you were to check your phone right now, you'd probably see a bunch of new Art Prof videos. That was all from today. So yeah, had a good time. But now it is the time to do shadow boxer stuff. It is the time. All right. So something about this head feels a little off to me. I think it might be just the way the neck is showcased. Maybe the head feeling a little small. So we're gonna try and adjust that. Something else I've been doing, you guys, that I have not shown, and for a reason, I have not shown all the stuff I've been doing for the writing. I have been working very much on the first season of Shadow Boxers, which hopefully is like, we're going to see how much I can fit in, but I'm aiming for about 12 episodes. I don't know how long it's going to take me to do all that, but it is so fun, and I'm really excited to have that going. Oh, yeah, come on in. Yeah, special guest for you guys.
Hi, everybody. I'm crashing your live stream.
Yeah, yes, she is. It's okay. It's all right. So do you want to tell them what we did today? I was just telling about the museum stuff.
We went to the Getty Museum today, and we had lunch, and then we bopped out to Michael Jackson.
That's right. Lots of Michael Jackson. Lots of it.
We were like blasting the music.
Yeah.
It's like,
I dance a little differently, but I did dance in the car. That is something you will see if you all get a chance to drive with me. That's kind of how it goes.
A lot of Michael Jackson. Jackson 5.
Yes.
Right. That worked out very well.
It's so much fun. We had to have a lot of fun. But yeah, we had a good time at the museum. And I was telling that you are going to post a bunch of shorts later on too.
So. A lot of we saw 2 sculptures that were very special by an artist I'd never heard of, but that you were going gaga over it too. I don't feel like that's something you do as much as me.
No. Well, I don't do that much anyway. Even when I see something like Avatar related, I still kind of remained a little reserved. But yeah, those sculptures that we saw were phenomenal. And
oh my God.
When you guys see the shorts, you guys will understand. It was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool. So yeah, you'll see it soon. Trust. Probably tonight, admittedly.
Jordan's such a good host. He's taking care of me.
See, I take care of my peoples.
You're my chauffeur.
Yep.
You made me pancakes this morning.
It was a Mother's Day gift. Yep. And I had extra batter, so that helps too.
Yes. It was very exciting. So, yes, I love it when we get to hang out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun because I think it was 4 years since, or no, was it 3 years or 2 years?
No, I saw you in 2022 when we went to California.
Was that 2022? Went to California.
Well,
you went to California. I was here. I was right here.
We went to Mammoth Lake.
Yes, that was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should watch. I finally I can't speak. It's all that museum talk. I finally released my video on when Jordan and I visited Mono Lake. So go check that out. It's on my Art Adventures YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jordan's not in it, but I gotta promote myself.
That's fine.
Using your platform.
No, it's fine. I do it all the time. On yours, so it's okay.
Yeah.
It's totally good.
Awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna go edit some shorts now.
All right.
Everybody.
Bye, Claire. Thank you for popping on. Oh man. What's up, Megan? What is Claire doing here? Claire is visiting me in LA. We went to the Getty Museum today. We had a good old time. So yeah. I'll have to let her know that you guys all said hi. But yeah, isn't it fun to have a special guest on? It's pretty dope, right? We'll see. Maybe she'll come in later on towards the end of the video. We'll see. Actually woke me up a little bit. I kind of needed that. Oh, is this thing going all right? And it's kind of bugging. All right, here we go. So, like I was saying, we are working on Zalam here. I was just going to fix the clothes a little bit. Something about this was feeling a little bit off, but maybe I'm overthinking it, which is normal for me. I think it's because, you know what? I know what it is. It's this jacket. It's the jacket here. Thing that becomes a challenge with someone like Zalam because he's naturally very skinny, but everyone's jackets kind of are kind of puffy and they go out, so I don't really get a chance to capture the frame of the body so easily. But that's all right. I'm still learning and developing and growing and stuff. So we're going to finish Zalam's clothing on here, and then we're going to move on to another panel. All right, so now we got to give him his shirt, his collared shirt here. All right, so that's going to be right about the center line. But what was I saying before? Oh, that's right. So I have been working on writing the first season of Shadow Boxers, which is going to ideally contain about 12 episodes. And trying to, map out the arc of that, trying to get, my B plots and things like that. And I'm pretty excited about it, admittedly. I'm really liking where it's going. Obviously, I won't go into too many details, but I'm trying to make it as fun and complex as possible while still making sense. Like, not so complex that it's like one of those pretentious movies that you see in art school and they're like, this is the representation of the meaning of life and drama, and this represents like I'm trying to keep it more fun, and it's a challenge because I've never done anything quite like it before, but everyone's support has been absolutely amazing, so I appreciate you all. But yeah, we're moving forward. We're still moving forward. All right, let's get this necklace in. Something about this still feels off. Maybe it's his size of his head. I think the head size is still a little on the big side. Let's move it up and just scale it down just a bit. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. So let's try that. Okay, is there anything on here I'm missing? Hey, he still feels too buff. I might need to bring his body in even more. That's the thing about Z. He's a pretty scrawny guy. Oh no! I cut off his arm. That's not okay. Can't be doing that. Not like a fine arts thing. We're both thinking of the same animated vid. Yes, we are. We are. What is the name of that one? Can you post that in the Discord? Because that one is absolutely a classic. I would love to show it here, but I don't know. I doubt I can get the audio to pick up and stuff. But yeah, we had a fun time with the gay though. We saw this guy that looked like Mike from Breaking Bad. That was pretty awesome. I actually saw some cool trees that I think will be inspiration for shadow boxers. I'll have to sketch it out at some point. I might even put them in this comic. I don't actually have too many places with trees right now, but I think I can think of a specific location where I could put them. That would be kind of fun. So yeah, we'll have to do that. All right, let's plop this here. All right, it's not looking too bad, I don't think. Let me lower the opacity here. Oh, and then I have to move some of these things because everything moved back a bit. So that feels close. One color. Yeah, there we go. So now Zalam's showing him to do tattoos because 15-year-olds just admire that type of stuff, I guess. All right. I think this frame is basically done. I can always do like a little backdrop. I'm not really worried about that right now. I'm mostly focusing on character moments. So let's see. This was a pose we did from the last stream, if you guys remember. This one's going to be interesting because I'm going to have to reformat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use this pose exactly the way I have it. This one here is going to take a little bit of perspective. So let's do this one here. Let me add a frame, make that black. Okay. And then let me just look in my script just to double check, see what is happening in the scene. Okay, so basically in this shot, Enzi is passing a bag to Javen. So this is where the backpack comes in and everything. So let's do this. I believe if we get our perspective right, just plop in a, where is it? Layer, ruler frame, create perspective ruler. All right, so I think we can just work with a simple 2-point perspective. Move this up. And it's going to be maybe about here, I would say. Yeah, that's good. Whoa, I didn't know I could do that. How do I move them independent of each other? This is kind of weird. There we go. All right, so let's just create a grid. And we do that. I think that's the object tool, perspective tool. I always kind of get a little messed up when I'm trying to do these because I can never remember how to find certain stuff. How do I add the grid or the guide? Does anyone remember? Can't really remember right now. Let's see. The panels are looking good. I love the expressions of the two. Well, thank you so much, Lily Sapphire. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm excited for this comic overall. It's actually really pushing me to get better with my expressions and stuff. Because I actually haven't done expression sheet in a while, and I'm so used to just doing like frowning action poses or fighting poses. So yeah, this is exciting for me. How do I get that perspective guy? I'm really trying to remember. Special ruler pen. Hold on, let me see. Perspective. I almost spoiled some of the plot for y'all. Gotta be careful about that. Perspective, grid, Clip Studio. So I'm looking for a very specific feature. Whoa, these are so complex. I didn't even know you could do like fisheye lens in here. I guess it makes sense, but it's pretty wild. Okay, let's try this. If someone knows how to do it, just put it in the chat so I don't have to like be searching while I do this. Oh no, these are it. How do you do it? Tool setting guide. Maybe this is it. I wasn't looking at what kind of guide you were trying to make. I didn't know you could do fisheye lens in there. I wonder if that's the new subscription version. I don't know. I have no idea. I paid for mine outright. Okay, so here we go. Fix eye level. Okay, this is it. When turn on snap to perspective ruler. Grid displays grid. Illumination points in place to snap the grid channels. View snap to grid. Okay. There we go. I think this is getting it. Okay, but now how do I adjust this grid though? If I want it to be. Wait a second. Whoa. Okay. No, this is tripping me out. Did I need all this? I guess this will work. I really just wanted it to. Oh, here we go. Grid size. There we go. The floor plane. That's what I really wanted. Okay, I think we're in good business. I think we're in business now. Now, is there a way to keep this on the whole time? Is the real question. No, apparently not. That's all right. What I'll do, I'll draw a simple grid here, and we'll just say. All right, so now We can lower the perspective or lower the opacity of the layer. You can even do that. And so now we know that's the horizon line, and then we can draw Javen kind of catching the bag. So let's start with a quick sketch. And then yeah, I should probably get a pose reference. Let's see. I don't even know how I would type this, like throwing backpack. Let me see. Let's see here. Yeah, none of these are gonna work. I can't even think of a specific shot. I almost have to take a reference myself, but whatever. So if I was to catch something, I would be back like this. Like that. Backpack here. And this is Javen. All right. And then we'll have, I said Enzi, I believe, isn't? Yeah, this is Enzi's character. So let me go back to him. Matter of fact, I should probably put in an image of all of them at once. Call them the Cypher Crew. There we go. Makes my life a little bit easier. And it's more accurate anyway. All right, so. Okay, so I'm realizing with this perspective, it's actually incorrect because Javen and Enzi are about. Enzi's slightly shorter. If that was the case, the Enzi would need to be up here tossing the bag. So I could do that. Could potentially do that. Yeah. Megan, you're the comic whiz of all of us. What do you think? Is this all right? Or should I change the perspective to how it was in the sketch? Because if I did that, that would involve me just moving up the horizon line. So let me know what y'all think. We'll just put the speech bubble down here, I guess. Megan's like, dilemmas. See how we got before and after. I think I kind of like this after version a little bit more personally. So I think I would switch arms though. I think I would have it using his left arm to toss the bag to him. And then, so this is Javen's eye. Let's look at this real quick. Javen's eye compared to Enzi. It's just slightly shorter. So I think it's okay. I mean, I could move Javen down just a tiny bit. Insane 102, what's up? Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah, I think I'm digging this to be all right. Just realized I should probably have Zalam in the shot too, but maybe him next to him or something. Let's see, what does the page have him doing? Actually, I think it might make sense to flip this image. I might flip it. There's the literal height difference, but there's also that Enzi should have the upper hand here. Just by the way, when you see this, you already changed it from when I commented that. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. Well, there's the height difference, but I also think, like, as far as the like the size difference, like, it's clear that Enzi's kind of in charge. Javen's kind of being pushed into a corner here as well. All right, let's get this toss for Enzi. Let me see. Tossing a bag. Try and get that angle. This is basically the pose he's doing, just from the opposite direction or opposite side. So can I get something that is remotely close? Can I put rear view? It's actually not that far off. It's not perfect, but that or this could work too. But he's also pointing, so I think that'll work. Let's do this one. And I can adjust it to my liking. All right. One thing I'm realizing right now is that I didn't do a rear view pose of Enzi. So this will be the first time I draw him in a rear view. So this will be fascinating. All right, so his back is kind of like this. Get some perspective, or not perspective, foreshortening. Although in this case, they're kind of the same. They're kind of the same thing. It's just not what I meant. I'll just be like, toss. I liked in Cross the Spider-Verse where they would just have things happen where it'd just be like dap and it just say the word. I love that kind of stuff. And that was the first hydration check of the night. Did that on purpose. All right. The thing I like about this pose is there's a little bit of attitude from the reference, the tilting of his head. So we can include that. Just double check. This is Enzi and not Cairo. Before I get too into this. Okay, yep, it is Enzi. All right. I think I might have to adjust the dialogue a little bit because I'm reading it and I'm like, this doesn't sound like something Enzi would say in terms of like how it's spoken, but the direction is right. He's basically tossing him back and saying, just, get your bag together. But the way it's said in the script sounds more like something Cairo would say. So I'll have to make a little adjustment for that. Okay, that shoulder's a little too small. There we go. Have a little bit more foreshortening. Yeah, there we go. That actually looks kind of cool. We might be able to get away with even lowering this arm a bit more. Yeah. That arm is way too short. I'm aware. Okay, so that's one head, 2, 3. All right. So I'm using the 8-head cannon for Enzi or actually all the characters pretty much, with the exception of Kayla. I think she's the only one who doesn't have that. She's got like a 7-head setup. But one thing, as far as anatomy goes, I try and keep the elbow at about the third head, just a little above the third head. This elbow looks like it'll be fine on his right side, but this one on the left, I'm gonna have to, I think his arm's gonna be a little bit longer than that. And Megan is absolutely right, by the way. Please don't forget to like, guys. We're working on something big here. And as I've said on several streams before, my self-esteem is in your hands. So if you don't like the video, then my self-esteem is going to be in the gutter. So really need you guys to like the video. I heard Cat Williams say a joke, and he's like, you got to build your self-esteem yourself, because that's called self-esteem. And so I'm just totally contradicting him right now. All right. There we go. That's not too bad. Kind of like that. Got some good foreshortening here. And the directional line is going right to where we want it to go, to Javen. He's got a little bit of attitude in the neck. Okay, so let's get rid of this. We're going to do a slightly cleaner version. It takes a couple layers for me to get my drawing the way that I want it to go. So first, let's try and match the face. Okay, so without drawing Enzi's entire face, I know that he's got a little bit of pudge left. I would say he's probably about 14. So he's still got a little bit of baby fat on him. His head's going to be on the rounder side. And I like how we can really see the neck interacting with the trapezius muscles right here. So we're going to have that overlap. That's going to be a key indicator of what's going on. And his head's actually a little too big for my taste. So let's just shrink that slightly. Hopefully it doesn't mess with my proportions too much. I think it should be okay. Okay. Get that line for the shoulders here. Now his rib cage is on the smaller side because he's still a young kid. Hasn't filled out yet. He's on the lanky, skinny side. I imagine this is what Javen probably looked like a year ago compared to now. Like Javen's he's filled out a little bit more, but not enough to like make him look like a seam, for example. Okay, let's get our shoulder. Anatomy for the elbow. All right, and then this is where all the foreshortening really matters right here. So let's get that shoulder. Okay, and then that overlap. Close this out. Let me put Javen back. So I wanted to make sure it really does point to him. So I want to get that right. Change my reference just a little bit. And then we got the index finger pointing directly to Javen. Now keep in mind that this is going to be the gloved hand. So I'm going to make sure I want to keep that in mind when I go to the final version of this. So he's got his kind of bootleg tech on him. All right, it's looking pretty good. Okay, that's the third. So the fourth head. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Fourth head's going to be down here. So will just be like this. Let's get his back muscles and his shoulder. And again, I'm going to shrink his head slightly. If I can keep the hairline in the same place, it'll be fine. But his head's just a little too big for my liking right now. A little too bulbous, a little too round. Okay, that's too flat. Guess it doesn't really matter because it's going to be covered up with an afro anyway. Okay, now I'm going to stretch this out just a little bit. Yeah. So what are you guys all working on today? Let me know in the chat. You guys doing any art stuff? I know one person, he texted me or hit me up on Instagram and said he was doing some Shadow Boxers artwork. So I was super excited to hear about that. But yeah, are you guys doing any assignments? I don't know if anyone's in finals right now or if anyone's just chilling. Let me know what you're up to. How does this fit? I want to make sure this feels right. Okay. Okay, this is a little on the large side, so let's move that in a bit. And this arm doesn't feel right anymore. Let me observe a little bit more closely. I think the arm should actually go to about here. So let's cut this back. Yeah, something along those lines. And I'll adjust as I draw Jave in a bit. Let's see. Been trying to learn Blender and 3D art. Oh, that's awesome. I've been trying to learn it as well. It is something that I actually want to put into the Shadow Boxers pipeline as much as possible, especially because some of the ideas I have for buildings, like the water tower, for example, that's going to be in this comic, is very complex. Like here you guys can see Mark of Art made this. He comes on the streams pretty much every time, just a little bit late because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning for him. But this is a water tower I designed and Mark did the model for. And this is like the type of buildings I want, just things that aren't perfectly square, perfectly cylindrical. I want to have a lot of unique stuff going on. And I don't want to learn how to do perspective with that for every single drawing. It's just going to be too much of a headache. So yeah, Blender is definitely something that is on my radar. Finished the line art on that Pokemon drawing, now doing color. Excellent. Very, very nice. And then Megan also says, we appreciate you, Mark. Yes, Mark, when you watch the replay, we want you to know that we appreciate you greatly. Lily Sapphire says, not assignments, but I've been practicing drawing different clothes and materials. Oh, very cool. What kind of stuff exactly? Because I think doing like material studies and stuff like that is super, super important. So yeah, definitely really important. Definitely important. All right. Let me see here. Hold on, let me check something real quick. hide this right quick. Okay. All right, just tried to make sure of something. Gotta hide the spoilers from you guys. All right, so let's get the afro from Enzy. So I never really put, let's see, never really did his rear view design. So we're gonna see how that goes. He's got his goggles on right here. Okay. His hair actually looks a little smaller than what it needs to be. So let me push this out a bit more. It's probably going to be closer to this. Caitlin's on. What's up, Caitlin? How are you doing? Thank you for coming on to the live stream. I hope you're doing well. All right, so let's put this here. His hair, let's see, his hairline is about distance to his hairline to the middle of his nose. So let's say I'm mapping out with my fingers right now. I think this is about the right height. We're doing guesses. Doing a little guess. Kind of feels like a Huey Freeman afro a little bit, which is actually one of my favorite ones to draw. I used to draw afros just like a perfect circle, but ever since I saw the Boondocks and I realized how much texture you could put into it, I decided to have more fun. And that's part of why Javen's hair is shaped like this. It's just super angular, and I thought that was really fun to do. So I'm gonna have hair of all shapes and sizes. All right. Okay, it's looking pretty good, I think. Let me save this. Still not totally convinced by this arm just yet, but it's not looking bad. It's not looking bad. All right, then he's got the thin neck and he's got this turtleneck on him. So let's sketch that out. Okay, then he has the cloak kind of going to the edge of the shoulder, slightly shorter than it actually. And he's got his backpack as well. So I got to remember to have that on. Actually, he doesn't have to have his backpack on the, well, actually, wait, let me check what I do in the previous page. Continuity error. Oh yeah, he does have his backpack on. Okay, so I have to draw that in. Gotta draw that in. I will need to go here. The hair looks really distinct, even from a distance. You'd be able to recognize him, even with a little triangle for hair. You know what? What's funny? That's what we use for shorthand. So if you guys don't know, shorthand. Let me close this up for a second. Shorthand is basically how you represent something very quickly with your character. And if we go to a page like this one right here, this one I think is going to be perfect because these are actually Megan's drawings for this. Let me see, is it going to show up? Oh, it was covered. So yeah, we have Javen right here represented by these little triangles in his hair. And then we have Zalam. He's also just got these, I guess, pineapple type of thing. That's Javen right there. So it's a lot of fun having that as a basic thing. And yeah, we actually have shorthands for all four of these characters. And it's what I can tell you this, it's going to be part of their signatures or their tags when they're spray painting. You'll see that in the comic at the very end. So it's really fun. Mostly different fabrics, cotton, silk, wool, denim, leather, lace being a challenge, but also have plans to next practice different building materials as I don't practice backgrounds enough. I need to practice more backgrounds too, but that's really ambitious. I love that you're doing that. That's awesome. Naeem, oh, what's up, bro? Thank you for coming on. Have you been watching X-Men 97? Dude, I haven't had time to watch anything. What's the last show I watched? The last show I watched was the live action Avatar: The Last Airbender. So, yep. What is it? I think that's 3 hydration checks so far today. I don't know who's keeping track. They look so cute in shorthand. It is fun. It's really fun. I don't know. Oops. We don't have shorthand for all the characters yet, but I think we're going to develop them naturally. So I'm pretty excited about that. Anyway, what was I doing? I was getting backpacks. So here we go. Yeah, this one's Enzi's backpack. So you know what? Let's just do a quick screenshot. Go back into Clip Studio. And close the Blender out for a second. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We got his backpack. Honestly, oh wait, I can't do that because that's. Wait. I can do this. Hold on a second. I'm about to work. Smarter, not harder. There we go. Bam. It's literally perfect. I couldn't have planned that any better if I tried. Yeah. I'm gonna lower the opacity there. That's how we get it done on a deadline, yo. It is. Although we kind of have the most arbitrary deadlines. Like, I don't think we ever really set one. We're just like, we're going to make as much as we can, as quickly as we can. All right, let's go back to the design for Enzi. All right, so his arm's gonna be like this. We can give him a little. I like to do these little subtle shifts in the shoulders. Like, I don't like to ever just give him a straight line here if I can. I want to be able to kind of either do this or the opposite, just to give it some slight complexity, you know? And that's not to say that it's wrong to give it a straight line. It just depends on the style you're going for. And mine's a little bit more complex, which is part of why it's taking so long. You know, if my were, you know, simplified, or if I had a desire to do that, then, you know, my life would probably be a little bit easier, but it also wouldn't quite be shadow boxers. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Okay, so it's cloak. It's kind of like this. We can actually keep this a straight line, just for the sake of shape balance. Like, we have the straight on the left side, and then we got this kind of V or triangle greater than. Is this greater than? Wait, that's the less than. I think this is less than. So yeah, we kind of got that happening here. Is there a technical term for the less than sign, like less than or equal to sign? Anyone know? I haven't taken math in many years, and I stopped caring when I was still taking it, so I don't really know for sure. Well, we got 5 ciphers and 5 seasons to make before we die, so that is a literal deadline. That is a deadline, but the challenge is we don't know what day that will be. So, yeah. It's all right, though. 5 ciphers and 5 seasons. All right, so now we got this arm, which admittedly are both arms. Admittedly, the arms should be on the skinny side, so I probably made him a little too buff. Let's give him a couple wrinkles in the cloth. And then the wrist is probably going to be further down. This is the elbow. I hate that it's cut off exactly where the wrist is, so I might end up making this panel a little bit shorter just to get rid of that tangent, because it's easier to do that than redraw the thing. Yeah, let me adjust the song. Now I'm a little bit more awake, so I have other lo-fi to choose from. Let's see. I think this one's a little bit more upbeat. This isn't even lo-fi. I just like the song. I don't know if you guys can hear it well. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know and I can adjust. The one thing I wish I could do, I wish I could play copyright music on my streams, because it gets really annoying just listening to the same, 8 to 9 beats every single week. Like, I want to put some like Jay Dilla or Nujabes on or something like that. Like, that would be cool. All right. So, oh wait, I can actually just copy that hand. Yeah, I got the reference here. Why not use it, right? Okay, and then I got quite a detailed little thing here. So he's got these on the knuckles. He's got this kind of triangle thing here. This, I don't know what this is exactly. And we got some wires. Okay, not bad. And then what I can do, actually, let's go back to this real quick. And if I can get rid of some of the gray fill, that will be super helpful. I'm sure there's a faster way to do this, but by the time I would look it all up, I could have just done it. So that's why I just filled all those lines in. All right, and then what I can do, convert to drawing color. Excellent. Let's put that in. Just gonna do a little warping. Here, you know what? We're just gonna say apply mask to layer. Then we're gonna do this. There we go. erase some of this here. All right, now we got Enzi. Let's see, how does he feel? Feels a little thin right here, so let's just stretch him out. Gonna use the warp tool. There we go. And then I think I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more. His thin neck, because that's what Enzi's got. Thin neck. He's still a child. He's still a young lad. The stream, those of you who watch the stream have dubbed him as a tryhard, which I find absolutely hilarious. So we'll stick with that description, I guess. And this goes like that. All right. All right. He's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad, I think. Let's see. Oh, his shoulder. His shoulder's actually not right. Still a little on the thin side. So let's try this. Yeah, there we go. That feels right. That feels right. Probably adjust the hand a little bit here and there, but I think we're at a good spot. So let's take these Enzi layers and just label that Enzi. Now, wait, we don't need that. We don't need that. That's here. Okay, now we gotta worry about our main character. It's Javen. I guess I can just stick with this one. All right, so size-wise, we'll put Javen's eyes right here. Let's make him blue. So he's kind of standing like, whoa, like he just, like there's a slight impact. What does his backpack look like? Let me be reminded. A regular backpack, okay. A regular old backpack with a little point on the top. It's kind of got like the shape of a home run, almost. The house shape. All right. Then this is where our shorthand for our boy comes in. Okay. Okay, I did not actually measure his height to make sure it fit, so let me try it now. His head feels about the right size. So let's say, actually, we could do this. If he's back here. Wait, let me try something real quick. NC to 2 heads, 3 heads, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not quite right. There we go. what I'm trying to do right now is just get the right height. So if I can measure him at 8 heads, roughly, knowing that him and Javen are not too different in height, then I can go like this and be able to figure out exactly what's needed for him. Because he might need to be a lot taller based on what I got. Oh, wow. No, it was I had it right the first time. I guess I shouldn't doubt myself, huh? All right, let's see. So that's the head, that's the chest, that's the belly button, this is the crotch area. And then so those are the legs. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I only did 7. Yeah, he's supposed to be down here. I was about to say, like, he's feeling kind of short. Gotta be careful about that sort of stuff. There we go. So that feels better. All right, so if he's bouncing like this, he's leaning back, his feet need to go back a little further, I think. Okay, Javen's got broader shoulders. He's catching the backpack. All right, then we can move his head forward just a little bit. Yeah. And then I just remember Javen's a little bit bigger than Enzi, so let's just count for that. And move him over a little bit. Trying to match the arm with where Javen's positioned as much as possible. Yeah, that's looking all right. All right, now the expression he should have. What expression would our boy have here? Probably just eyes wide open. Well, let's get his form right. Worry about the expression a little bit later. Wow, everyone is so quiet today. Y'all must have had some good lunch with mom or something. Matter of fact, did anyone do something special for Mother's Day at all? Anyone get dinner with their mom or go somewhere or anything? I unfortunately wasn't able to do much physically because my mom doesn't live near me, so had to go with a phone call. But I did send her some flowers, and chocolate, and sent a funny email that she thought was cute. So it was one of those emails where they had like someone doing a funny dance to some music, and you put their picture on. So we did something like that. That was fun. Cat says phone call for me too. Gotcha. What else is out there? Phone calls. Anyone do FaceTimes? Any FaceTimes? Any pranks? I hope no one pranked their mom on Mother's Day. That would be kind of mean. Unless your mom is that type who likes being pranked. Some people rather enjoy that, I guess. Okay, this is actually much higher. Okay, so I was a little off in my calculations, had to double check that. And the reason I do that, it's super important because if I mess up on proportions in any small way and I don't notice it, it tends to come out in a really big way later on. It really impacts the way that I draw stuff. So I have to do triple, quadruple checking on this sort of thing. And thankfully, I have an eye where I can kind of see these things now. I can tell pretty quickly if something is off, but there are times where you overlook something by accident just because you're, I don't know, human or something. So there's all that. All right, and then the feet are going to be right about here, right on this line that I drew. Knees going about there. And then that's where his heel is planted. And we'll get his foot and coming out there. This foot will come out here a bit. This was definitely too long. That's okay though. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's see what the comments say. Megan says, yes, we went out to dinner with my mother-in-law. We had a good time. I couldn't fall asleep last night. I think I barely got 2 hours. I'm trying to color this drawing the way that I want to color thumbnails for SP and Discount Demons. By the way, Megan, you should probably tell people what Discount Demons is because I think some people who are new may be a little confused. We talked about the general methodology, but I want to try it for myself. So it's a lot of brain power for not a lot of sleep. That sounds like college all over again. That sounds exactly like what we went through in college. I lived several towns over, so instead I had takeout delivered her a cake of her favorite bakery. She was delighted. Oh, that's very sweet. That's very sweet of you. I'm glad to know that I got viewers who show mom some love. The rest of y'all, I don't know, it's a little suspect right now. Y'all didn't say nothing. Okay. All right. Got the body here. All right, I think Javen's looking pretty okay. Let's get a little bit more specific and sketch clothes on him. And I'm gonna adjust the song one more time. So thankfully, this drawing is basically the same pose as in this turnaround, so I don't have to do too much work. But I'll say the trickiest part about drawing his outfit is probably his jacket, because he usually has his hoodie down. Um, he doesn't always. Sometimes, you'll see in the comics there are times he has his hood up. Generally, it's down, and then it's the fact that it's open and flowy, and then there's the fact that his sleeves are bunched up. That can be kind of difficult to create consistency when it comes to spiral folds. So those are things I really have to pay attention to whenever I'm drawing him, to make sure I don't screw up in that way. Yeah, especially like when he's in action pose doing something kind of I don't know, bombastic, I guess you could say, or thrilling or adventurous. I have to watch out for the way his jacket folds, because if it's too billowy, then it will mess up the silhouette. But I also didn't want to have a character whose jacket was closed. Like, it just felt kind of boring to see. There are times where I'm like, man, why didn't I design him with his jacket closed from time to time? Because it's annoying. But hey, it all comes with I guess everything comes with a cost, right? Sometimes things just look cool and you just got to deal with it. Okay, looks like his necklace is probably gonna be covered up by the backpack. Megan says, for those of y'all who don't know, Discount Demons is my own comic. Someone as slow as I am probably shouldn't work in comics, but I live on the edge. Hey, you know what? That's how I feel right now. I'm moving super slow. But hey, that's just how it be. That's just how it be. I imagine I'll get faster with time, but I was the other day I was accosted by a 12-year-old who wanted to know what was going on with Shadow Boxers. He's like, did you finish the comic yet? I was like, not yet, but I'm working on it, dude. He's like, you gonna be done? When are you gonna be done? Like next month or something? I was like, dude, how fast do you think I work? And he's 12. He doesn't fully understand how long a comic takes. But I was appreciative, but also like, oh my gosh, the pressure. This kid's gonna be, graduating high school by the time I finish like season 1 or 2. So hopefully that's not going to be the case, but yeah. Okay, it's saving. Okay. These pants right here. Megan says, I got a review from a publisher who didn't pick it up but explained why, and he did feel the project had a lot of potential, which led me to revamp Act 1. I finished the thumbnails recently. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I knew about the publisher, but for those of you who don't know, yeah, she sent it to a publisher. All right, so let's do his pants. The thing with Javen's pants is they basically go to his calf muscle, is what I've kind of slowly learned. Like the very bottom of the calf muscle. But sometimes it looks like he's flooding, so I need to exaggerate a little bit more. Oh, there he is. There's our friend Mark. What's up, dude? Yo, we gave you a shout out earlier, so you're gonna have to go back in the stream and rewatch, because we said how much we appreciate you. So good morning, dude. It felt bad to scrap a lot of work I put in previously, but I'm finding that a lot of what I did before isn't really wasted. For example, a lot of the 3D models are still good, and the knowledge I picked up is going into SB as well as my own work. And I appreciate the knowledge that you're sharing with me. There's been so much I've learned from Megan over these last couple of months working on this, and yeah, it's going well. I'm super excited. Let's go. There's so many episodes. Dude, thank A lot of times. All right, so let's see. We got this here. Always gotta make sure I know which stripe is the reddish one. All right, and then we got Javen's kicks right here. His fancy shoes. I would love to have a pair of shoes like him. It's like an extreme version of like Skechers. You know, the Skechers always have those light up shoes for kids, you know. This one doesn't blink when he steps though. It's like continually glowing. You don't have to push a little button or anything. For reference, I had 70 pages of thumbnails for Act 1 and I had to reduce it down to 35 pages. Dang, that's crazy. Well, that checks out because that was one of the things that we had to face with this, because the first version of this script, Megan, I remember you were like, Jordan, this is going to be like 60 pages. And you said you wanted a short story. What the heck? And I was like, but this is important. You're like, no, it's not. And Megan laid the hammer down. She's like, nope, get rid of it. But I admit, you know, now looking back at everything, it was definitely the right move to condense to a shorter length. Definitely the right call. Okay, that actually needs to end about here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Draw it the way that it's done here, and then I'll rescale it. All right, let's get his arms in here. And then his expression. Let's go. What does a shocked expression look like? I don't know if I would call this shocked so much, but whatever. It's fine. I don't even know if that's the expression I'm exactly going for. I just kind of wanted to be like, oh, shoot, he just threw a bag at me, you know? So we'll just do what feels right, I guess. Yeah, something like that feels okay. Get his eyes on the larger side. He's probably gonna be looking down at the backpack. Get his nose. That expression seems to fit. Excellent. I'm glad you think so. All right. I always have a little trouble with the contour of his nose and these down shots. It's always a little tricky. I could bring these things down too. Probably gonna have a little bit of this thing going on. Of course, this expression may change a little bit. But it's such a small panel, I probably shouldn't belabor it too much. As long as you get the basic understanding of what he's experiencing, it's fine. Well, I think one of the toughest things for me while making this is realizing that not every panel has to look perfect. That's a big challenge for me, and that's also a challenge for me because in the fact that it's a comic. Because I'm so used to drawing for animation, like practicing that way and getting everything to look exactly how it needs to on the model sheet. But I realized that comics aren't necessarily like that. Um, and each drawing is its own unique illustration, complete with its own, you know, not style, but it has its own flair to it. And you're allowed to, have thick and thin lines and do variations and stuff. Animation, you can't always do that as readily because you have to have all these people working on it and matching it consistently. So that mindset shift is actually more of a struggle than I thought it would be, which is funny because it's like you're supposed to be drawing looser. You're supposed to be, able to um, adjust, but it's like, nah, it takes a little bit of time for that too. Okay, let's show those eyebrows. We've got a little bit bigger. Okay, and then we'll do the backpack. Javen is so precious. I'm glad you think so. I love the lip detail, small confused pout. That's actually one of my favorite expressions to draw. I don't know why, but you're gonna see a lot of that for Javen, like the little pout thing. There's something about it that's just always fun to draw. All right, now where did his backpack go? That's right. And then he's got the things here. Had some little speed lines. These are the are there straps? I think I drew straps on it. I did draw straps. So I just have to make sure I don't confuse the two. Okay, I'm not going to draw the whole design here, but suffice to say that kind of takes on that sort of look. There we go. We put that in the NZ height chart. Okay, then all this I can give to Javen. All right, and let's just do a quick mask of the things that we won't be seeing. All right, it's not gonna let me draw the whole thing because it's masked, but we'll get it. We'll understand what's happening. Let me just darken that up a little bit. That'll work, I think. At least enough to help me understand what's going on. I know why. It's delightful and funny on the characters. Yeah, I'm so glad you like it. I'm really glad you do. Like I said, it's going to be showing up a lot more. All right. So we got one panel down throughout this stream. All right, let's see what else we have. Let's do this one. I'm gonna skip this panel. I'm gonna go to this one just because I think I can probably finish it, or get really close to it in the time period that we have. So this one is more of a straight on shot, and it is Javen alongside the other three characters. This is going to be panel 4, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. All right, and now we're going to go. I think this is supposed to be NZ. No, this is Cairo on the far right, and then NZ is supposed to be here. So let's just do a quick note. E, no. This is K, this is Z, this is E. There we go. All right. So with that said, let's do Zalam real quick. Actually, no, let's do Cairo. We haven't done Cairo this whole stream, and we don't want him to be left out. So with the exception of his this little portion of the tied sweatshirt and his jeans being raised on one side, he's pretty much symmetrical. And then as far as his height goes, next to Z, if we have Zalam right here, let's say, if he's the tallest, my tallest, then Cairo with his hat is going to be about his hairline. So that would mean Cairo's about here. And then that would mean NZ is going to be slightly below that to about here. And Javen's going to be somewhere in between. Yeah. And of course, this is adjustable. I'll be drawing the characters in such a way where, I can adjust it real easy if it doesn't work. But let me just check real quick and make sure I know what dialogue is coming up. Okay, so I think, how do I want to pose them? I think I'll have Zalam kind of chilling, hands in pockets. Even though I didn't draw pockets on him, I'm going to make them up. They weren't in his turnaround, but he's going to have pockets because I said so. Okay, and then he's got 6 of these strands of hair on the top of his head. In case anyone ever wants to do fan art, now you know. And then he's got this big section for his jacket, and he's got these tiny legs. Okay. And then Cairo. I think I'm going to do a more silly pose for Cairo. So in this frame, he's kind of doing a light taunt to Javen. So I think I'm going to turn his head like this, and I'm going to have him doing something like this, like in a way that people make fun of, where it's like, "Oh, look at you," right? So that's kind of the emotion I'm going for. My tallest. I scrubbed the start of the stream. Thanks for the shout out. Feels nice. Of course, dude. Of course. If 6 is too intimidating, I make do with 3. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, 3, I guess, could work if you're rushing, but what I do, I just kind of copy paste. The strands. Send me another design. I can use one for practice too, so it's useful practice. I got to make more. Actually, I realized after we had decided what the stream was, I had already had a mental idea of doing environments and figuring out the floor plans of some of the locations. And then it was like 2 hours before the stream, and I was like, oh shoot, well, I'll do that next week. So yeah, that's a joke, Jorah. I'm talking about my silly shorthand figures. Oh, my bad. You know, it's very hard to tell when someone's joking without putting LOL while you're streaming. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I really don't. I try not to be obtuse when it comes to that, but it actually is kind of challenging. All right, let's see. So Cairo, his shoulders are a little on the high side. So let's just shoulders here, chin. This will work. Cairo's actually going to be a little shorter because he's tilting his head. So there's going to be that, and I got his hat here, his ear, neck. See if he's doing this. Yeah, that feels okay. Carl's a little bit more on the wide side, so let's adjust that right now. Do a little distort. Go, and he's got his expression. Yeah, I think that feels right. And then Enzi, what's Enzi gonna do? I think Enzi would just be kind of standing straight up. Well, I'm here to help you when you have the blueprints. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Did I have... Wait, how tall is he compared to his eyes? So, hairline. Okay, the hairline goes to about his chin, and his hair is about here. Okay. I'm trying to figure out like what works best for their character, you know, so... Enzi, I think, is going to be more on the stiff side. Like, the idea is like Cairo's kind of mocking, Salam's the cool guy, and Enzi just kind of stiff. So how would I communicate stiff? Could just do a straight boxy line like this. Or maybe he's, you know what, maybe he's just holding his backpack across his chest, give it a little bit more action. And that's going to be opposite, actually. That fist is going to go up here. This one's going to go to here. And he's got the strap. He's got a strap right there. Long cloak. All right. And then Javen. Let me see. Is he talking in this scene? He's not saying anything in this shot in particular. Let me see how. If Enzi is that tall, James gonna be like here. What expression would Javen have? I think I'm gonna have him also kind of holding his backpack, just kind of over one shoulder. Let me try that. kind of like this, actually. Not that different. Let me see. I want to make sure I actually got the right pose. Actually, will this work? Oh, you know what actually would work better for Enzi is if he was leaning forward a little bit. Like it was a little too heavy for him. Yeah, that's going to make it more fun. Let's do that. Keep his head up a bit. I'll just put a little note for myself, leaning forward. Okay, just in case, because sometimes I forget that sort of stuff. And he's got bad posture. He looks like a tryhard, but he is doing a pose that's kind of like what I need. Actually, so is this girl. Yeah, this one feels pretty good. I really wish that Clip Studio didn't just paste down the top left corner and it did it in the middle, kind of like in Photoshop. That makes things quite a bit easier. Let's flip this image. Okay. Get it a little smaller. Okay, then we got the elbow. There we go. That's not too bad. I can even make it so that he's doing something like this. So he's got both of his arms out, or he's gripping this strap with both hands. And what we can do, let's move these guys a little bit more to the right. Give them some more room, some more agency. And then I'm going to double check these heights. So let's see, Javen, his top of his hair goes to about the brow. So, okay, that's going to get cut down just a little. Yeah, there we go. And we'll see how far we can get in 20 minutes with this. But I think the gestures at least are reading well. All right, so let's go back. We don't need that layer anymore. And then I'm going to just go in and kind of re-emphasize the positions for the body. Let's start with Cairo. Okay. There we go. Feels good. And then let's get the center line. His hairline is going to be right here. That's the chin. It's about two heads right there. 3. Wait, no, that's not right. Oh, I shortened it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Boom. There we go. That looks about right. Yo, Jordan, I want to show Mark what we did with the wire tower model. Should have no spoilers. Oh, good point. Yeah, let's show Mark. You may include spoilers. I don't mind. But the others, though. Yeah, no, let's show you, though. Let's go over here. So there's only 2 places, no, 3 actually, where I put the wire tower in. So let's open those up. Actually, one of them is not super exciting because it's really zoomed in, so won't show you that one yet. So we got a shot with the water tower right here. Someone's climbing up, and you see the guards or the guys up here. This one was actually a tough shot because this was the original thumbnail, and yeah, obviously the perspective is a little off. So I had to go through multiple takes or versions of this. So let me see. I think we started with this here. This was one version. Yeah, I was trying to figure out how zoomed out we should be. I started drawing some ladders. Yeah, I also had to like redraw the figure because wasn't really sure how it was gonna work. This one have any other versions here? This one I think was the best one, and then there was version 3. Yeah, so here we have the same images from a slightly different perspective, and it's closer to the drawing. But the reason we kind of opted for the one that we stuck with is because it feels much more intense. It feels more exaggerated to have it be, well, I don't remember which layer it was. Let me open it up again. Hold on. It felt much more intense to me to kind of have the characters feeling more, I guess, trapped, you could say. So let me zoom in here. That's going to be... wait, where'd the... Oh, it's side to side. This one here. Yeah. So I feel like them going up like that and with the characters being up here feels much closer to what I was picturing. So yeah, Mark, your stuff was super helpful. I couldn't imagine doing this in perspective and with the shapes that I was using. And then this is another shot. This is what it originally looked like. If I can, is this the frame? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to, which one is it? Oh yeah, here we go. So here was the original sketch before I even designed the water tower. This is the four members of the crew. They're kind of sneaking under this fence, and the water tower's up here. Back when it looked like a little hut. And yeah, so this is what we plopped in. Did you try out the one I sent you in the end? Yes, I did, and it made it more challenging. It made it more challenging. The impact wasn't quite the same, I gotta say. So yeah, that's one of the things about this. When we have these thumbnails, we have to try, different positions, and that's one cool thing about the having like the Blender models, because we can afford to just change things up a little bit. I was able to zoom in, zoom out. Like I was working really hard on trying not to rotate too much. Like I think, if I can reopen this. Yeah, like I put the camera right here so that we could like readjust, and I was just trying stuff out. So I think it was closer to something like this. And I'm probably going to have to lengthen these rails a little bit, or just with my drawing. I'm not going to change the model necessarily. But yeah, it came out to be really, really helpful. So again, Mark, thank you so much, dude. Absolute time saver. All right. So we got Cairo being a bit of a rude, one of those rude, taunting friends. That's just his personality. Some people are naturally like that, you know? I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there are some children playing outside, and they are immensely loud. They're immensely loud. All right, there we go. So his fingers will be kind of interlocked, I think. Then we have this right here. All right. And then the shirt is going to be like this. I feel like, what face would he do? I feel like he'd almost do, let me do this on a different layer with a different color, just because I want to test a couple things out. Actually, that feels about right. That feels about right for what I want him to say. Yeah, I'm definitely keeping this layer. That's actually hilarious to me. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna keep that. Just gonna merge that. And maybe I should, oh, that's not what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. I thought you were in a horror situation where everyone is screaming around you and you're like, this is fine. You know what? Being in LA, that is not totally off the mark either. That could totally happen. All right. So Cairo's got these kind of wide shoulders is the only thing. So I might need to push this out a little bit more. What's that favorite phrase, Megan? Push it, right? Got to push it more. Although this one actually I think makes more sense because his shoulder is actually a little too thin. Off the mark. You know what? I noticed that as I said it, and I was like, maybe no one else will notice. And then, yeah, horror cannot stop art, Mark. Only add to it. You guys are great. All right, guys. Haircut here. Nice hat. By the way, guys, I remember telling you some time ago that I wasn't sure how much the Enzi and Cairo were going to come up in the actual canon, or well, this is canon too, but the actual first season of Shadow Boxers. And as I've been writing it, I realized that there is a perfect couple of moments where they are going to be seen. So this is not the only comic we're going to see them in. I can say that with a certainty. We're able to weave them in, and I think it's going to make sense for the story. And yeah, matter of fact, I think we'll actually, this is not too much of a spoiler, but I think we'll actually see them in the first episode. I'm going to do a rewrite of the first episode, The Festival of Lights, and I got a spot for them. And they're going to appear in a couple other episodes too. But I thought you guys would like to know that. It's a slight spoiler, I guess, but also not really, because you don't really know what role they're going to play. So yeah, but we will see them again. We got a Cairo sketch. Megan says, "Ooh, this is news to me." Yeah, you must have missed it. I have been working on the writing for the first season, the 12 episodes, and coming up with different plots and everything. And it's getting fleshed out pretty well. I'll send it in our official Shadowboxers chat later. This is only for Kathy and Megan, by the way, guys. Sorry, since they're on my team, they're gonna know, but the rest of you guys are gonna have to wait. I'm very spoiler sensitive because I've had several things spoiled for me, and it upsets me to this day. I have had Avengers Endgame spoiled for me. I've had Avengers Infinity War spoiled for me. I had Spider-Man No Way Home spoiled. What else? I know there's been other things, but those three, and I can't go without that. And I just realized I said Spider-Man, so here's another hydration check. Yeah. All right. I actually want to do this Enzi pose real quick. So I kind of like how he's just looking forward like that. Okay, so his expression is just kind of neutral. You're gonna be salty about Infinity War 10 years from now. I am more salty about Endgame than Infinity War. Infinity War, I was actually not planning to see it immediately, and my mom saw it, and she was just so frustrated with how it ended that she was like, "Jordan, can I just tell you?" Like, so I already knew. I asked for it, or well, I didn't ask for it, but I was prepared to take it in. Endgame, on the other hand, I was not. That was what was really upsetting about that. So, I hate that experience, and I try to prevent that happening here as much as possible. I am very careful about things as well because I want you guys to enjoy it. You know, like I appreciate you guys coming into the live streams and all that. But if you knew everything that was going to happen in the story, then like what surprises would there be? So, you know, I just got to consider that. Okay, I think I can. There we go. Sorry, that's what I meant. My last MCU movie was Avengers 1, Black Panther 2, but that's not really connected to the other stuff. Oh man. Yeah, you're definitely out of the loop. But at this point, you're not really missing a whole lot. In my opinion, they could have stopped at Endgame and have been fine. Like I really do think that. Of course, I like, you know, Black Panthers and, you know, Guardians and things like that. But yeah, they probably could have stopped at Endgame and have had the biggest impact. But they're still going. They're still going because they're a company and they need to do all that. Got to do it. All right, so now we got Enzi's neck sticking out a little bit. And then we're going to have his shoulder here. And then he's going to have his hand like this, kind of clutching the strap of his backpack. Let's get his turtleneck. So I want to make sure I really get to feel like the character is leaning forward. So where was the... Gotta get a good photo reference. And not that hunch. That's a little extreme. That's not quite cutting it. Found all the good photos a second ago. I don't know where the photos went. Maybe it's fine as is. We'll be all right. Get that backpack. And then he's kind of on the skinny side. So let's have that cloak. Okay, so there we go. We got Enzi now. Enzi is actually very easy to draw, thankfully. Kind of like that. All right, now let's do Zalam. Oh, we only got 2 minutes left. Let's see if I can just get his face. If I can at least get his face, we'll be good. Probably could just take the line drawing from this file. Okay, here we go. Get his earrings. All right. That, and then this piece of his hair. I'll draw that part later. And then his neck is on the skinnier side, so I think I'm going to take this and pull it back. I think his face is a little wide here. There we go. All right. And then the rest of this, I think, is mostly just going to be used for, or used as a reference here. I can literally just kind of look and draw kind of like that. That's simple 1-to-1. But I think we did pretty good. So this is what we worked on with the exception of this drawing. Let me actually, can I turn that up? Yeah. So we wrapped up this drawing on the top, worked on this Enzi drawing and him tossing the backpack to Javen. And then we got this one with all the characters kind of posing and talking, even with this new addition to the family with that reference photo. But everyone, I appreciate you tuning in to the Showboxers live stream. If you haven't already, please like the video. I will be back next week with some more stuff, and I'll see you next time. Peace.